y'all, welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. I am going to be kitting up a round diamond painting today. Normally on Saturdays I will have either a kitting up or I will have my massive cross stitch conversion. I'm going to start doing the massive cross stitch conversion once a month, and I had planned on doing it around the 15th of the month. And I just ran out of time to get that one finished, and I'm going out of town for work on Friday, so I didn't want to just leave you guys hanging, and I possibly would not get that up until late on Saturday. So now that one's going to be scheduled for Monday, and then you'll have this one today. But I really do like this canvas. I think that it will take a little bit of time to kit it up. This is what it looks like. Let me show you on this one too, on the inventory sheet. Won't be as much of a glare because it's not a sticker. This is from Art and Soul. It is a 65 by 80 centimeter, and it has 58 colors. I did unbox this on my channel. I will put a link at the top of the eye over here, and you will be able to see that if you haven't. So let's go ahead and get started. And if you would like, find something to do, or just treat this as a podcast if you would like. Not really a whole lot to see, just me putting drills into a container. But I am going to be using my Elizabeth Ward containers today because I had a finish. I also posted that finish on my channel, and I posted that on Thursday. So I'll also put that in the top of the eye. So if you haven't seen that one, it is a beauty. It took me a very long time to complete that one, and I've completed it off and on for the past almost year. So I started on it last July, but I love how it turned out. And now I have an empty container for my Elizabeth Ward, and thought I'm going to go ahead and use this for this kit. Now I have started on this kit, just put a few drills in. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video on this one, and then I decided that I would. So I do have just a few that are on here, but not very many. I have included on some of these containers, I have included washi tape. And the ones that I haven't, I'm going to put washi tape on there because this is the first time that I have done a kit by Art and Soul. I don't know if these are permanent stickers or if they are easy to peel off. I don't want to ever take that chance again. So I decided I better go ahead, and just to be on the safe side, I better go ahead and put some washi on here. I think I have enough on the Elizabeth Wards. I should have had got some scissors here somewhere. I think I have enough Elizabeth Wards that I can kit this up into just one container, one tray. But if not, then I have another empty tray. I can do that. Don't know if I really want to, but I really would like to have just one tray, but we'll see how it goes if I can do that or not. One thing that I noticed on this kit as I was working on this, and didn't really know, I noticed it, didn't really say anything on my unboxing, is that on the drills, there's not a DMC color coding on the drill bags. So if you see this one, this just shows number 15. Does not say which DMC that it is. Doesn't even say which kit this is for. Now I keep all my canvases in the box that they came in, if they come in a box, and I keep the drills with them. But not everybody does that. And if the kit, for some reason, not all kits come in a box, so if kits don't come in a box, then I do have to keep the canvas and the drill separate. And to me, this is a little problematic if you have to do that, or if you like to keep your canvases in one place to save space and then your drills somewhere else. You're going to have to write on here, either in Sharpie or something that's going to show up and that's not going to smear, that is for this kit. Otherwise, you're going to be confused on what drills that goes exactly with this kit. So it's really not a problem. It's a new company, so I definitely understand that, they're starting. Startup costs are not cheap. So I get that, and so it's not a problem, but just wanted to let you guys be aware, if you do that, to don't just ignore it, and you don't notice it, and then you go to look for your drills and you can't find them, because that would be why. In looking at, as I'm going through this and kitting this up, looking at the different symbols, I don't see any symbols as of right now that's going to give me any problems. Of course, I haven't really gotten into it yet, so we'll have to see. I'm going to have to use more of the medium size. I don't have a lot of the mediums. I really hope my head doesn't get into this. I'm also filming at a different angle now, kind of experimenting with that, trying to keep my head out of the frame. So if you do see my head or the side of my face, I do apologize. I just emptied my trash can, and that's a good thing. I will end up putting all of my containers in order once I'm done, but right now I'm thinking it's best to kit up by the number that is on here, which is also DMC. I think that's going to be the best thing for me to do right now, and then I can go about moving them around, whatever works better for me. When I first started diamond painting, I thought, well, I'll just kit up and I will just keep everything by DMC. And I did that for a short time, and it took me forever to diamond paint. And I thought, if I am this slow, then I don't know if I want to diamond paint or not. And then I realized it wasn't the diamond painting part itself that I was slow on. It was actually me hunting down all of the symbols. So then I kind of got smart, and I thought, well, you don't have to keep these in DMC order. You can rearrange this any way that you would like. And so once I started rearranging and determining what worked best for me, then it hit me. I do better by symbol, and that's okay. If symbol works, symbols will work. And for me, I just dropped one on the floor. If symbols work for me, then it works for me. And if symbols do not work for you, then you do you. You don't have to have it by symbol, because that's, what I do. Or you've seen that other content creators do that. That is not something that you actually have to do. You do whatever works for you. If color coding works for you, then do it by color. I should probably just take the tops off of these Elizabeth Ward containers instead of trying to do this sideways or using a tray. I have not purchased a funnel for Elizabeth Ward containers yet, because I know you can take the top off. I don't like to do that, but I'm afraid that's going to stretch the tops. I don't know if it will or not. That is sticky. But for me, I do have funnels for the round bottle drills, the Art Dot ones, and I have a funnel for Tic Tac containers. But I thought, oh, I don't need one for Elizabeth Ward, and now I'm kind of wishing that I had it. That's a larger one. I may need to eventually order more mediums. These are all large. I'm trying to, I guess this is a medium. I'm trying to use the smallest containers that I possibly can because I would like as many as possible, if not all of them, to fit in this tray. If all but a couple don't fit in here, then I'll just put those on top and I'll be fine with it. But if there's quite a few, then I'm going to have to put them in the other tray, and that will be okay. If you use Elizabeth Ward containers and you have a hard time opening them and you have nails, you don't want to mess your nails up, totally get that. When I usually have nails, which I haven't done in a long time, I didn't want to ruin my nails either, but you can easily pop them using the back of a tweezers. Like for instance this, you just use the back, pop it, and it just comes right up. I do that quite a bit. These are older containers, so they're not as tight as some of the other ones that I have. Some of the ones that my newer ones, they're really hard to open, but the ones that I've used, I think this is one of the first sets that I bought. And I did say sets, I have multiples of these. And you can buy an entire set that gives you the different sizes, or you can buy a set that's just a small. I think you can also buy a set that's just the medium. You can also buy just individual containers. You get 2 or 3 in a set. They're the same size. And you can also buy trays that are just the trays. And I was using a lot of small ones. Now I'm using a lot of mediums, and I don't know how many mediums I have. This may fit in a smaller one. So far, I'm on number 22 out of 58. And I probably shouldn't say this, but I am the static queen. Whenever I get a kit, it's like, oh, this is a kit for the Crafty Diamond. Let's add static. I mean, you know, not really, but that's what it feels like sometimes. It's like, oh, we're going to send it to her and, you know, let her fight static because that's what she's always doing. And that's what I feel like I'm always doing, is having to fight static. And I got it down now. I've had to fight static so much that I'm pretty much getting to be a professional at it. All right, here's number 23. Oh, these are actually, oh, I just noticed this. How cool is this? This is in order. Now this is kind of fancy. This is very impressive. So far what I'm seeing on this kit is all of the symbols. They are in DMC order, and they are in the most common order you would have for symbols. Now that's definitely progress there. I never have understood why companies do that. So if you have any theories, or if you know, let me know, because I haven't exactly figured out why companies will have a number 1 as a 5, you know, something like that, or if they have a 5, no, a symbol that is like the 5th in the down the row, and they have that as an A, but then right behind it is an M, and then the third one after that's going to be a B. It's like, why can't you just keep them in order? But this is in order, so this is really cool. We have 1 through 9, and then we're going to have A, and then it goes to C, D. There is, in between A and C, there is an arrow. But that is fine. That's easy to move. I don't have to move them all over the place, so I do like that. And that's the only one so far. There's a backwards G. It's after F, and there's not a G. So I'm going to keep that one there. So the backwards G will go in the alphabet section. And this is long. Why is this so long? Oh, I'm going to take the numbers off of these. That's on the left-hand side. These are some long stickers. I have had to cut these a little bit so they will fit my containers. They're easy to see, but goodness, they're very long. Which, again, it's no big deal. And some people may like that. And there's others that like to use bags. So this would be perfect. These stickers are perfect if you like to work out of baggies, because it has everything on the bag that you need. The symbols are really large, so that would be really easy to use. But me, I just can't do it. I just cannot. I wish I could. I guess I could try and do anything once I got used to it, but it would take me a really long time to get used to. And I really don't want to deal with that. Let's see. The lip kind of, for me, when I am kitting up into an Elizabeth Ward, the lip of the top of the container, it gets in the way. And again, you can take these tops off, but I'm afraid it's going to stretch them by doing that. There is something in my tray that is sticky on the outside of my tray. I don't know what that is, but I need to get that checked. Make sure that is okay. Now we're on an R. I do apologize for not having my massive cross stitch conversion for Saturday. I had definitely planned on it. I even mentioned on my Tuesday whip and chat that I was going to have it for you guys, but it has been such a busy week between work. I'm going out of town. Oh no, do I have another medium? I don't want to use these really large ones. I guess I'm going to have to. I guess I'll use these large ones now. I'm down to large and small. I don't think I have any more mediums. Oh, let me see. I'm going to stop for just a minute. I'm going to check and see if I have any more mediums in one other place in my craft room, and then I will be right back. I found some more. Yay me. Actually, I found quite a few of them. Now I just have them everywhere. I'm going to move these over here just to get them out of the way. I'm probably going to need them, so it really doesn't matter. I don't need all these large ones. Those can go just over here on the side. Put this over here. I may run out of this color of washi. That may happen. Some of these have some residue on them and have numbers. When my daughter used this at one point, instead of using stickers, she just put numbers on them. And these are some of my really old ones. I cannot get those off. That is a Sharpie. I tried alcohol thinking that that would come off, but still hasn't. So it's going to have to wear off, unfortunately. Trying to see if you guys can see. But what I was saying about Saturdays, as I even mentioned on my whip and chat on Tuesday, that I was going to have that ready. And it's close to being finished, but on Friday, today's Thursday evening, on Friday, I have to leave my house at 6 o'clock a.m. and I will be doing good to get back home by 7:30 p.m. So Friday night will be completely out all day Friday for me to be able to finish that cross stitch conversion. And then if I got up on Saturday and I started working on it, it would be late in the day before I would be able to have it finished, edited, and uploaded. And I have to go on Saturday to the car dealership and get my oil changed, and then my car is coming up on a mileage where I need to have some different points done, different things that they're going to have to do. And so it's going to take me a while at the dealership on Saturday. And if it's going to take too terribly long, my husband said he will be glad to come get me. But the dealership, it's not really far away, but it's not the closest either. So it's not the closest to our house. So I hate for him to have to come all the way over there to get me. I don't mind waiting. I wonder if that will fit in a small. That'll be pushing it. Just go ahead. I may run out of mediums again. Now this one's a new one, so I'm going to just pop it. And voila, it's open. I'm going to try to get this in a small one. If it doesn't work, I'll just take it out and put it in a medium. I only have about 5 or 6 mediums. Most of these colors are medium colors. With it only being a 65 by 80, there's not a lot. I don't think this is going to fit in here. But I will have the massive cross stitch conversion. If it fits, it's going to be a doozy opening. And of course, I've spilled about 6. 6 is not bad. I want to keep all of these, especially when I don't know if I'm going to run out or not. But I will have the massive cross stitch conversion. It will be ready the following Saturday. I might even go ahead and it will actually be ready by late Saturday afternoon this week. So what I may go ahead and do, and I've thought about this, and let me know what you guys would like, that I was going to do this one actually for next week, probably for Monday. So what I may do is I'll just go ahead and do the massive cross stitch on Monday instead of waiting a week. But let me know what you guys would like. If you would prefer, this is going to have a little bit of static in this one. If you would prefer to wait and have it on a Saturday, then I can do it the following week. But if it doesn't matter what day, if you're not really concerned about what day that it's going to go out, I'll just go ahead and do it on Monday. And I could always do it on Monday, and if you don't want to watch it on Monday, you could always wait until the following Saturday. And it's going to be there. This is the first one that's had static. Of course it has, because I said something. But it's not bad when we are at number 29. And this one is giving me a little bit of a problem. I may have to get my... I may have to get the dryer sheets out. I mean, they're right next to me. They're out. And yeah, they're jumping around as I'm putting them in the tray. Let's see if the other ones are going to be like this. If they are, then I'll go ahead and get the static guard out too. But not bad. At least half so far have been good. So that is definitely a plus. And this one is a V. So pretty soon we're going to be coming up to the symbols. And I'm really curious to see what the symbols are going to be like. Right, we're on number 30. That's a small one. I can go with a small container. And here we are with more static. Let's see. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. Here's my static. Here's my... Spray some static guard in here really quick. Alrighty. That's not too bad. Awesome. I'm loving it when it all comes together and it works out. But if you did not watch my whip and chat on Tuesday and you're like, what is she talking about? I am going to be going out of town for work all day tomorrow. And it is in a different city from where I live. It's also, let me see how bad this one is. It is also going to take us through downtown Atlanta, unfortunately. And downtown Atlanta traffic is the pits. I'm not going to be driving, but I don't mind driving. We have another lady that's going to be driving, and there's 4 of us going. So we're taking the state car, since I work for a state university. We're taking the state car. We cannot have our personal cars and have students in it. And if we drive our personal cars, they won't pay for mileage or gas or anything. And I don't care. I would much rather drive my car than to drive a state. One of the state cars, we're going in a SUV. I think that's the one that she's getting. We have several we can choose from. But I'd much rather drive my car, but we're not allowed to if we have students in it. And since we have 2 students going with us, there's 2 instructors, myself and another person, and then there are 2 students. And so since we have students going, we are required to offer them transportation. When we offer transportation, then we have to go with the state body car. And so we're leaving a little early because, one thing, the car will not go over 65. It is regulated. Even though going through the area that we're going through, it is 70 is the minimum. But we're going to be going about 60, 65 because that's as fast as it will let us go. It takes around 2.5 hours to get there, and then with Friday traffic, it's going to be even worse. So with the Friday traffic, we're going to have to adjust for that. Adjust that, it's not our car, so we're not really used to it. Or she's not. I'm going to be navigating, so it's her turn to drive this time. She prefers to drive, so I just said fine. She is more than welcome to drive. I don't care. But I will be navigating, and I've gone there several times, and I know how to get there until I get right up to the university that we're going to. And it's really weird. You have to cut through a shopping center to get to this university's location. I find that to be very strange. If you don't do that, you have to go like a mile or 2 out of your way, and then you're having to do a U-turn and all this crazy stuff. And so we found out the last time that we went, another lady went with us, and she's like, cut through this right here. And we're like, this is a shopping center. And so she's like, yeah, it is, but you cut through, and on the other side is the school. I'm like, okay, I think you're crazy, but we'll do it. And so we did, and it did work. And so I'm like, oh, good, this is good to know. So I don't know if either one of us will remember on that cut through, because it doesn't tell you on GPS to cut through there. And I wasn't really paying attention because I was in the back seat last time, and the other girl was in the front seat. The one that's going to be driving. She was the one that's driving last time, drove this time. We had another lady that went with us. And so I told her, I said, you sit in the front, because she's like, oh, you can sit in the front if you want to. And I'm like, no, you sit in the front, because you 2 really know each other. You work together, and the one lady that went was new. she had just been with the school for less than a month. And I'm like, you two ride in front. And the other one knew where she was going to, the one that was a passenger. I'm like, you'd be better off to navigate since you know exactly where we're going. I hadn't been in a while, but I knew exactly where we were, so I didn't have a problem. So that's my day tomorrow, and it's all day ordeal. We won't get out of there until like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then we're going to stop at Buc-ee's. That's like our treat for going to this, is that they have a Buc-ee's that is close to the college. And so it's right off the highway. On our way back, we will stop by Buc-ee's. And if you've never been to a Buc-ee's, you are missing out. I've heard a lot of people talking about Buc-ee's over the years, and I thought, this cannot be as good as all these people say. And so then, whenever I went to one of these events for the first time, I just happened to notice that there was a Buc-ee's. And I drove my car that time. I didn't have a student with me. I was by myself. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to stop at this place called Buc-ee's. It cannot be this good. I was there for over an hour. And from then on, when I see a Buc-ee's, I'm like, okay, I have to stop at Buc-ee's. And then my husband told me, you know, Buc-ee's cannot be this good. There just cannot be all that you say it is. And then we went to the mountains a couple of years ago, and there was a Buc-ee's. And so my husband's like, we're going to stop in for a Buc-ee's. He said, I have to make a stop anyway, and we're going to stop in, and we're going to see, I want to see what this so-called Buc-ee's place is. So I'm like, all right, you do that. And so now I've gotten him to where he likes Buc-ee's. He likes the snacks. So that's my Friday. And then I will have Saturday where I have all the things I need to do in my car. And then on Thursday morning, my best friend and I are going out of town on a retreat. We are going to Savannah, Georgia, and we are going on a journaling retreat. So we're leaving. I have to leave very early on Thursday to meet her. We start the registration at 4:30, I believe, and then we have to check into the hotel, and then we go and we register for the retreat, and the retreat starts at 5:30. So the opening of the retreat, opening messages and all that good stuff and all the information starts at 5. I think it's either 5 or 5:30. I think it's 5:30. And then we are in there for, I think, an hour. And then we go and have dinner. And then we come back and we're going to have a class. And then from 8:30 on Thursday night, we have free time. So we'll just do whatever. We'll just stay in the room and we will work on all of our projects we're going to be given, or we will go and do something around there, because I mean, we're right on the coast there. So that's going to be so much fun. And I've never been to this place. And I've been to Savannah, but I have never been to where we're going. We're actually going outside of Savannah. It's not in Savannah. It's another city that's around Savannah. I don't want to be too terribly specific of where I'm going, but it's around the Savannah, Georgia area. And we always have a good time together. So I'm looking forward to that. I will not leave there until Sunday. And this is like a 6.5, 7-hour drive from my friend's house. And then it is an hour and 20 minutes from my friend's house to my house. So I have to drive to her house. We will take the stuff out of my car, put everything in hers, and then we'll leave. So it's going to be a very early morning next Thursday. So this weekend, I have got to get all my videos ready for next week and get that done. I'm not going to be diamond painting for 4 days. And I usually diamond paint every day. So that 4 days, when I come back on Sunday, it's going to be very late, because we're not leaving there until after 1 o'clock, because we have a final, the ending message or whatever, that's going to be done, and everybody says all their goodbyes and all that good stuff. Will be around 11:30. They're going to have lunch, and then we will be free to go. So I'm sure we'll go ahead and eat lunch there because we've already paid for it, and you know, why not? Because we're going to have to eat anyway, unless we're just not hungry, and then we may just go ahead and get on the road, because once again, it'll be another 6 hours to get back to her house, and then it's going to be another hour and 20 minutes to get back to my house, and then by the time I unload and all that good stuff, it's going to be late Sunday evening. So when I come home, and after being in the car for so long, I am not going to want to diamond paint. I'm not going to want to do anything. So I will probably just, when I get home, I am just going to relax for just a short bit, and then I will go straight to bed. After I see my kid, my husband, then I'll go to bed, and Monday I have to work. I did not take off work on Monday. I am taking off work Thursday and Friday. Probably should have taken off on Monday too. I could still do that. And I was supposed to go to North Carolina for a taste testing for my oldest daughter's wedding next year, and that has been canceled, which I am happy about that, honestly. So that gives my day back of Sunday and Monday. So I will have more time to get things done around the house. I am already packed with my supplies. I'm already packed for all my crafts that I have to take with me, what they're suggesting that we bring. So I've got all of that ready to go. I just have to pack my clothes, and then any other snacks and wine and whatever that my friend and I decide how we're going to do it. We've talked about just getting snacks at Buc-ee's and not even bringing anything else, but we'll see, because I think we're going to be eating a lot at this retreat, because they're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us. And I think they're also going to bring some snacks in too. So we may be so full that we may not want any snacks. But I know in the evenings we will, when we have our wine. So we might take some, cheese and crackers or hummus or something like that, which is what we do quite often. And it's supposed to be a beautiful resort where we're going. So we'll do some walking around. It's supposed to rain the whole time that we're there. Hopefully it won't. I think all of this one will fit in a medium. Starting to run out of space. Didn't mention this, but I'm kitting this up because I have plenty that are already kitted up. I have plenty that I'm going to be working on, but I wanted to kit up a round. I have been working on squares, and that's all that I have kitted up right now. I have other rounds, but those are larger ones. I don't want to do that yet. But I want to have a round where I'm going to work on a section of the round and then work on my Josephine wall. So that is the plan for April and for May. So I probably won't start on this until April. I just lost the end to my washi. And sometimes on this washi, some of these are so easy. If you lose the end, no big deal. But sometimes, like this one, when you lose the end, it is hard to find. Let's see if I can, I may have to get one off of another one to save some time. Just do that. Now this probably won't stick. There we go. After a while, I start to get really tired of working on all rounds or all squares. So it's nice to be able to have a break in between. I think that is, it helps me anyway. I start to get kind of in a rut, or I just start to feel burnout. And when I do, I think, okay, I need to do something else. And that's when I'll go ahead and switch over to a round, work on that for a little bit, and then go back to the square. And this one's going to have a lot of color blocking. That's what I'm seeing anyway. Just by glancing at this, it's going to have some color blocking. And so that, oh, this is a lot of static. So that's going to definitely be a plus to get this one finished. And this was given to me, so I also want to work on it. Here it is. I need to get a little sliver here of my dryer sheet. These are not bad at all on these static. I do have quite a bit kitted up, but that's okay. So do you ever get burned out and then you decide that you're going to try something different and it usually works for you? That is what I have found for me. And especially if, you know, you're working with a lot of confetti, I like to be able to take a break and do some color blocking. So I can at least see that I'm getting somewhat of some progress. Because working on Josephine walls, sometimes you don't see progress for a while. Oh, and this is the little, let's see, the little guitar strings on this one. I'm going to take that number off. Getting close to finishing. I'm going to put this cute little owl on in my logbook. I need to update my logbook on my finishes. I'm trying to stay on top of it this year for my logbooks. I didn't last year. I did a terrible job trying to keep up with my logbook. Did not do a good job at all. Then I got to the end of the year and that was not good because I started looking at my logbook. I was going to go ahead and start doing my end of year review. And I had to think about some of them. You know, when did I finish these? What month? And I actually had to go back onto my channel and look and see the dates on some of the completions. So I really do want to keep up with it. And I'm typically pretty organized, so I don't know exactly what happened. I just got lazy and just didn't do it. All right, here's the end of this one. And I'm running out of this washi. I have plenty of washi, but hopefully I'm not going to run out because I would like to have the same color. Now, I'm not so sure that all of these are going to fit in here. No, it's going to be a bummer. This does have the 3 ABs. I may add some more sparkle to this. I'm not 100% sure. I'll know once I get into this. But you know, sometimes I don't like to add sparkle to new companies. When I first do one of theirs, I want to see what the sparkle is like without it and then go from there. But then sometimes I'll see it and I'll think this is going to be so much fun to bling up. And this one would be because of the owl and all the flowers in the background. And I have an owl. Her name is Sassy, which is pretty bad that I named my owl, but yes, I'm a weirdo. Her name is Sassy, and I absolutely love her. I was not young when I got my first tattoo, and my kids were surprised. My oldest was shocked that I wanted to do it, and she's like, well, what do you want? I'm like, you know, I absolutely love owls. I want something different. And so our tattoo artist created an owl based on comments that I would tell him. I'd say, I kind of want this, and I don't want a traditional owl. I want her to be a little sassy, and, I just want it to be something that nobody else has. And so he did several renderings, and then he would send something to me. That she didn't have a hat when I first got her, and I started looking at it and I thought, I want something else. I need to have it, colored, because it had been several years. I need to have it just colored in again because it was starting to get light. And so when I told him, I'm like, what about, can you add something like a hat? And so he thought at first it was going to be like this little hat that was like a little sun hat, or it was going to be a straw hat. We tried that, and I'm like, oh, neither one of us liked it. So then he did like a little biker hat, and I'm like, oh, nah. So this one, he did this. This is a biker hat, but it's like a little blue jean biker hat. And then I said, it needs something. And so he ended up putting a feather on it. And he's like, if you don't like the feather, we can, do something else. But then once he did it, I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is what I want. So that's how that one came to be. And her name became Sassy because whenever he did it, after he did the hat and the feather, he's like, well, now your owl is sassy. It's not just a sweet little owl and just an inquisitive owl. It is a very sassy owl. And so once he said that, then my daughter started calling my owl Sassy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to name her Sassy. So that's exactly what I did. And it was really funny because when I was young, it was like, nope, no tattoos. I am never, ever, 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 ever going to have a tattoo. And then I saw my daughters. I'm like, oh, these are so cute. I kind of want one. And she was absolutely floored when I told her that I wanted to go with her and get a tattoo. She was just floored. I wouldn't mind getting another one, but now I think I'm getting too old. I think there is a time when you start to get older, and even though you want to do things, it's like, should you? But I don't know. I'd like to. I don't know where I would want another one. Because I have 3. I have one that's on my leg, and I don't like how it turned out at all. So I may get that redone into something else. I had another lady do it instead of our tattoo artist, and I didn't like her work. All right, we're on 51. We only have up to 58. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that this one is. This is number 3841. This is an absolutely gorgeous blue. It's like a baby blue, but very shiny. So now I need... Today has been a beautiful day. It is in the 70s. And I actually sat outside when I got home from work. I decided I would sit outside. I'm going to grade some papers because I didn't get all my grades posted at work. So I sat outside on our porch, and it was such a beautiful day. And it's supposed to get cold again next week. And of course it is, since we're going to be going out of town. It's going to be colder there too than what it normally is. This is not going to all fit, guys. It's not going to all fit. I might can get 2, 3 more in here. This is a pretty blue too. I'm excited about starting this one. I want to get this one done, and then I would like to start working on that custom of my sweet baby Zoe, my dog. And that one's a new to me company too. And so I'd love to start on that one, especially so I can tell you guys what I think of it. And the same thing with this one. I want to get started laying some drills, and I want to do some on a whip and chat so I can tell you what I think about this one. I may start on this before April. That'll fit there. Perfect. And then I have, oh, let's see, number 53 is a small one, so that is good. 54, I don't think it's going to fit in a small. 55 definitely won't fit in a small. Oh, okay. Well, it is what it is. I'm not going to have 2 trays. I'll just put these on top. And hopefully it will stay on my table. I have been using my same table that I use to record on. I also use to diamond paint on, and I use to make my cards on and my journaling. And that is going to change within the next week or 2. So I am so excited for that. My table is not going to be in just a terrible mess because all of my other crafting is going to be done on a different table. I'm making some major revisions in my craft room. I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like. I wonder if I can get, this is going to be pushing it to have all of these in here. But I'm going to try really hard to see if I can. And I could just have the bags over to the side, but I don't want to do that. I want all of the drills to fit in my bags. I am making a little bit of a mess, and that's not because of the static, it's because of me. There's a robe pink one in there, that's my fault. This is number 54. I need some more washi. The washi makes it so much nicer when you are going to kit down. You can just pull the washi off, and the washi easily comes off along with the sticker. And if the sticker easily pulls off, I'll try to just take the sticker off and leave the washi for a couple more times. And that saves a lot of time of having to put washi on here. This one might fit in a small 56, 57, 58. Those will fit in a small, but they're not going to fit in this container. So 3's not bad, and those are all ABs. So that is not bad at all. And that went right on in there. Okay, so number 58, I have bags everywhere. All right, this is number 55. And I need 3 more small ones, and I have them. I have 3 smalls. That's all I have left are 3 smalls, so that is perfect. I have some larger ones, but as for the small ones, I have 3 smalls left, and I have 3 colors. So perfecto. All right, 56 is this gorgeous purple. I'm going to put that one in here. Art and Soul also has a Facebook group, so I will put their Facebook group underneath the description if you would like to join. They have some really cute kits. Very, very nice kits. If you are going to be joining in with myself and Angie's Sparkle Addiction, then We would love to have you. We are working on that now. And we've been working on it for a while, but we're working on getting everything finalized, getting all of the sponsors finalized. And then we're going to go ahead and start sending reminders. Let's see, where's that other one? I feel like I have stuff strewn out everywhere. Here we go, right there. Oh, I have an extra one. I do have another one. Okay, so I've got 2 more. And then we are done with this cute owl. I might even use release paper on this one instead of using washi to separate it. I'm not sure yet, but I might do that just so I will know to stop and not keep going. And this one has some statics. I'm just going to put these in here. Now these are gorgeous ABs. I don't know if I've seen this one before, this color. What is this? 798 AB. These are beautiful. There's a little red one in there. I do not want to lose any of these. That is gorgeous. I love this color. All right, so now that's 57. I'm taking the number off, so that's what's taking me just a minute. You can't really see that. I'm doing that away from the camera just because. All right, so that one, and then 58 is 996. Don't I already have a 996? No, thought I had a 996 already. That was a regular drill, but no, I don't. That would have been kind of cool. All right, so here's this one. And then I will show you all the colors. One of the reasons why I really like Elizabeth Ward's, there's several reasons, but there's some static in here. One of the reasons that I love Elizabeth Ward is you can see all of your gorgeous colors. And just looking at them makes me happy. Makes my desk look more colorful and not so junked up right now the way that it is. Once I get my craft room back in some order, since it is going to be a major change, I may go ahead and do another craft room tour. I did one at Christmas on our premieres, Christmas premieres. And then I did one a couple years ago. That was one of the first, I think that was the first video. One of the very first videos that I did when I started my channel was a craft room tour. But now it's going to look very different, and I'm really excited about it. If I just have time to go through and get it done, then I'll be okay. I have bags flying everywhere. Let me clean this up. And more drills than I thought under. These aren't even drills from this kit. Okay, so now I want to show you how pretty that this is. Okay, once again, here is our gorgeous owl. You can also see it on here a little better. I like how they give you an inventory sheet, plus they give you a sticker sheet. Both have the little owl on there. I may use both of those. I will probably put this one in my logbook, and then this owl, I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to put that on top of my Elizabeth Ward, and then when I put the top on, I'll know that that's what this is for. Might be a good idea. But look how pretty. Look at all of these beautiful colors. Isn't that pretty? I love all of the greens and the blues and the purples and the pinks. This is going to be a variety. So it's not just one particular color. It is a variety of colors. And then we have the 3 ABs. Thanks so much for joining me today. That's all that I have for you guys. If you like this video, please click on the like button. I would also love for you to subscribe if you haven't done so. And if you would like to become a member and see some of the behind the scenes and some blog postings that I'm going to be doing when I'm away on my trip, Would love to have you. Just simply click on that join button. No obligation. It's always appreciated, but it's never expected. And until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.